So I got the RF gain turned down a little bit right now, but you can see where you're coming in.
Okay, WB7TIM, and I'm on, basically I just turned the TNR up to 3, just so you can kind of hear what you sound like. I haven't messed with the notch filters yet. I don't really know exactly what those do, and they're not automatic, unfortunately. They're all manual.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, so you have an auto and manual, is that right?
Yeah, this is manual. I kind of bumped actually bumped the radio. Let me go back to the vehicle. WB7TIM. Okay, that's better. Sorry about that. I keep on bumping the knob here. Yeah, so I don't have any of the notch filters on, but I am kind of playing with the other stuff.
Yeah, well, the best way to play with the notch filters would be on HF, especially a crowded band, if you hear a lot of signals, and you can kind of notch the interference out. That's kind of what that's for. It's kind of like, nah, I'm gonna get this wrong. I'd have to think about it and explain the notch filter to you, and I don't want to sound like a moron on video. H to the I.
Well, you're lucky because my video just literally ran out right before you said that. So, yeah, so you're going to get to hear what you sound like, and, yeah, you're in the red. So, what do you say you're on 20 watts? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's about 20 watts, I think. I think my point 2 puts out about 20, maybe 25 watts or so. I'm running the amplifier just for that, just so we can get a real good signal over to you. I can turn the amp off and see where I'm at.
Yeah, let's just try that, just for kicks and giggles.
All right, W4DVE running barefoot with a massive 3 watts.
Wow, dude, you're doing pretty good. You're swinging 3 to 5. A lot more swing. A lot more swing. With the amp on, you were kind of, you were doing like 8, S8, and then swinging to 10 over. So it was just very small swing. But, so you can tell that, the amp is really, it's giving you a nice full signal. But, this, you're swinging, like 3 to 7. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, cool, man. I turned it down to zero point 0.1 watts input, so I'm probably putting out about 10 or so. I don't know. I don't think the amp likes that. I'll have to turn it up a little bit.
Well, you went back up to 9 plus 10 over. Not S9 plus 10 over.
Yeah, the amp was having a hard time figuring out if there was RF going through it at a tenth of a watt. So 2/10 of a watt, it's happy. So I think that's probably about 20 watts or so. Right on, man. Well, awesome test, and I can't wait to see the scope, the video on the scope. That's wait, the video of the scope. That's really cool. God, I love sideband. I think maybe I talked to you, where I talked to Rod. He was out in the Hillsboro area coming over to cutting over 405 to I-5, and I was in Stevenson talking to him on sideband.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. I tell you what, man, sideband is literally one of my favorite, it probably is my favorite 2-meter mode. I just happen to talk on FM more because it's more popular with everyone else. But I really do enjoy sideband myself.
Oh, I do too, man. You can get a lot more signal coming in, a lot more people. Hey, we can just try a thing where we just talk on sideband, and maybe people will come out of the woodworks, because I think that on 5.2, man, you and me talking on 5.2 all the time started bringing people out, and 5.2 is very active in the Portland area. And I talked to Rod, and he's like, "No, you're right. Portland is probably one of the most active 5.2 places there is in all his travels."
Wow, that's something else. But no, that is true. Since you and I started talking on 5G, and I'm not trying to toot our own horns or anything, but I have noticed that there has been quite a flux in activity. I mean, to be honest with you, when I first got licensed, I really didn't hear much activity on 5.2. I remember, I think the first person, one of the first people that I talked to was you. And then shortly after that, I talked to, what's his name? Richard, over in Northeast there. So, yeah, him and you, and then like Brent, we would usually talk on 440 though, 446.10. But yeah, now there's a lot of people on 5.2.
Yeah, you're right. There is. I need to stop this video. I think it's gone on long enough. You'll get a great idea of how you sound. How much power were you putting out, anyways?
I was only doing 30. Darn, I should have done 50.
Well, why don't you key that up, or crank it up, crank it to 11 just for a second, and then turn it back down for the wife.
Okay, Roger. So now I'm at 50 watts, and interesting. The TV's not going out. That's something. Before it was going out, so I don't know why it's not doing it now. How does it sound? Does my mic gain sound okay? I have it at 47.
Yeah, it sounds okay. I had the volume turned way up. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make one more adjustment so we can get the full view of what's going on.
Okay, Roger. Yeah, I have it at 47, and I'm always afraid. I don't know if you remember this, but when we were up on the hill, I had my gain up too high, and Mike couldn't understand what I was saying, so I had to turn it down. So ever since that happened, I've just been kind of weary.
Yeah. Okay. I turned the RF gain all the way up, and you're probably pushing 10 over there, and that's pretty nice. And you sound good. You sound a little bit muffled, but it very well could be my speaker. It's kind of a cheesy speaker in a really nice radio. So if I had a nice speaker, an amplified speaker or something like that, it probably would be better.
Well, you know what? There's a setting on the back of this mic where you can put it on number 2, and it's probably not your speaker, because I was talking to somebody on 14698 on Peak Radio Association, and they said that my radio sounded really muffled, and they couldn't hardly understand me, and that was kind of scary, because I just got this radio, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that is always scary. No, it sounds good to me here. The higher mic gain settings will probably help you when you get into HF and you're trying to work longer distances, and you can punch through. So, good test, man. I think we got it all. Do you think?
Yeah. Now this is the processor. I just want to let you know that I just turned the processor on, and I can actually turn it up. I'm turning it up as we speak. It's at 55. Does this sound like a devil person?
It does not sound devil, but I can tell you're getting louder, and it's probably starting to reach that area when you sound like Satan. So you'll see it on the video. It's very, very slight increase. You got louder and more kind of punchy. So it started to kind of sound like on children's band where they overdrive everything.
Okay, yeah, this is on 100, so now I can start talking about the incubus and the succubus.
All right, man. I'm gonna stop this video. It's been 9 minutes, but you'll get a great idea of what this sounds like. So, wow, what a great radio, man. I'm glad you're having fun with it.